Hey there. So are you a busy mom, but your kids are getting a little bit older and you've kind of been thrown around the idea of, I think I might want to get my real estate license? Well, you're in luck because this video is all about busy moms getting the real estate license and what that is all about. And we're going to hop into the good stuff right now. Hey there, Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I help real estate agents scale their business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every time we drop a new video. I hear from real estate agents, moms just like you who are wanting to take their business to the next level, and I absolutely love it. So if you are wanting to do that and are wanting maybe a little bit more coaching or help, or you have questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I would absolutely love to connect with you. Hey there. So I have been hearing from so many mamas just like you recently. People have been reaching out to me and saying, hey, Mariah, I've got small kids at home, but I'm ready. My kids are getting a little bit older. My youngest is going to be, going into kindergarten soon. And I really want to have that next thing, but I don't want to have to be in an office 9 to 5. I don't want to, I really want something that I can do while still being with my kids and raising my kids. Is real estate a good option? Well, let me share with you personally what I have found being a mom of 4. Yes, a mom of 4, and also having a busy real estate career, and how those two things have really complemented each other, and then have allowed me to be super involved in my kids' lives, but also have a really healthy business and a really healthy career. So number one, for me personally, and this is why I absolutely love being a real estate agent and a mom, is number one is the scheduling. Yes, the scheduling. So I'm in control of my schedule. My kids are at school for a good chunk of the day. While they are at school, that is when I hit the ground running. I wake up really early in the morning and I start, going to town on all the different tasks that I have at hand. And then during the day while my kids are at school, I usually, I control my schedule, and that is a lot of times when I try to meet with my clients. I try and do a lot of the home tours. I am writing contracts during that time. I'm doing a lot of the things that busy real estate agents do, and I'm doing that during those chunks of time while my kids are at school. Sure, there are going to be times where I need to work on a weekend or that I need to do something after school, but primarily that scheduling piece, I am scheduling things when my kids are at school. So the second my kids are done with school, I'm there to pick them up, and the rest is history, and I am with them. Sure, I'm going to have to take calls, and I have to do different things like that during the day, but primarily I chunk off a good window of time when they are at school, and that is my work time. Number two, kind of going along with the scheduling, is flexibility. Yes, flexibility. You can work as much as you want or as little as you want. You are really in control of your hours, you're in control of your schedule, and you ultimately have flexibility. So a lot of times when clients want to see, different properties, I'll say, awesome, I'm available from 11 to 2. Oh, hey, yeah, 10 to 1 would work great. What does your schedule look like? And oftentimes I work with a lot of people who are relocating, and when they are moving into the state, a lot of times they're on a vacation and they'll be there for the entire week, or they'll be there for a weekend, whatever it is. And usually there are windows of time when my kids are at school that I can do that. Sure, summer is a different ball game, but oftentimes this summer I can arrange for other help. Maybe my husband can work from home that day if I need to go show homes or do that. So number two is really that flexibility piece, and you set the appointments. So you are in charge of your own schedule. You are in charge of your own appointments. So if hey, my kids have a dentist appointment at 3 o'clock, don't schedule anything during that time. And if the person, your client says, oh yeah, 3 o'clock's when I can do it. It's like, oh, you know what? Sorry, I already have an appointment at that time, but I can do it it at this time, or I could do it at this time. People generally are very understanding, and oftentimes they're going to want to work with you. And those people that are attracted to you, they want to do business with you. So they're going to want to accommodate your schedule as well. So 2 is flexibility. Number 3 is income. Yes, income, the potential income you have to make as a real estate agent. It can be a lot. Yes, it can be a lot, but depending, again, real estate agents are paid based on a commission of the home sale. Yes, of the home sale. So if and when that home does sell, there is a buyer's commission or a seller's commission that is associated with the closing of that home. So depending on the commission and depending on your brokerage, and I will get to that next too, but depending on your commission, depending on your brokerage, will depend on how much actually lands in your bank account. But as a real estate agent, you have the potential to make a lot of money, still driving carpool, still bringing your kids to their different events and their different things, and you have the flexibility and you have the scheduling. Number 4 is brokerage. So when you are thinking about getting your real estate license and you're thinking, I'm not sure, like, yes, I'm a busy mom, but my kids are getting older. I need to supplement our family income. And I really think this is going to be a great way to do this. Well, 4 is brokerage. Picking the right brokerage is really going to either really help you and giving you the training, giving you all of the, the tools that you need in order to do your job, can really help you in that way. And then along with that, your brokerage, depending on the broker that you are with, there is a certain commission split that you will pay toward your broker or your brokerage each time you close a transaction. So for example, if you close, some brokerages have what is just called a flat fee, where they are an 80-20 split or a 60-40 split or whatever it is, where you keep 80%, the brokerage keeps 20%. One might do 60% where you keep 60 and they keep 40. Some brokerages are what are called a flat fee brokerage. So no matter how much the house is that it ends up selling for, you will pay the exact same amount up to a certain point. And then up to a certain point, you might pay a little bit more, a little bit less, depending. There are some brokerages with that, your commission splits will have what's called a cap, where you will cap out if you have paid in a certain amount to that brokerage for the year. Let's say it's $10,000, let's say it's $20,000, let's say it's $30,000 for the year. Once you have met that cap, then you will no longer pay toward that brokerage, although each brokerage might have some little associated insurance costs or whatnot. But picking a brokerage that will really give you the training, will give you the tools, will give you the technology, that will give you stock options, that will give you different, resources for you, will really, really, really be something you want to consider. So once you get your real estate license and you get up and going, you really want to do your homework on which brokerage you end up going with. Number 5, the skills that are required and the licensing that is required to actually become a real estate agent, depending on state, varies greatly, but typically you're not going to have to do thousands of hours to become a real estate agent. You're not going to have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get your real estate career off the ground and running. So in order to get your real estate license, again, each state is different. I know here in Utah, it is 120 hours to get started of those pre-licensing hours. I know in California, it's right around 135 hours. I know there are some states that it's about 40 hours or 50 hours of pre-licensing units to get you started. And a lot of those can be done online at home. So I know when I got my real estate license in California, I actually was in the classroom doing the work. But when I moved here to Utah, I was able to do it all online. So I'd put my kids down to bed and I could go and I can get all of my work done online. So in order to even start the process, the number of pre-licensing hours that you need to actually get on the way to get your real estate license is pretty low, considering the barrier and considering the potential you have for this career. Number 6, last but not least, this one is a big one, and it really all goes down to attitude and mindset. Yes, attitude and mindset. I'm sure you've heard before, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you believe and you start associating yourself and putting yourself in the right circles, in the right rooms with the right people, you are going to get business. I promise you, you are going to get business, and your attitude and your mindset and the energy that you are putting out will really determine the potential, your income potential and how many people you are actually able to help. So, I know when I was actually starting out with real estate, I did not have any children, and I was an elementary teacher for many, many, many years. And as as my family started growing and more kids came along, I was teaching elementary school. I'm driving an hour to get to my school each day and an hour back. I'm carting the kids back and forth. And I'm just thinking to myself, there has got to be a different way. And I'm bringing home mounds of things to correct and grade at night. And I just remember thinking, there has got to be another way. And this is when, and at that time I was doing real estate part-time. And I remember thinking, why am I not doing real estate full-time? Like, why am I not just doing this full-time? And if I really devote my time, my schedule, all of that into this thing is really it's going to be like a rocket ship, and it's going to take off. So again, I ended up, transitioning out of education completely and going full-time into real estate. And I sometimes tell my husband, I'm like, oh, I should have done this years and years ago. He's like, Mariah, you love teaching. You love doing what you're doing, but you also love real estate. So again, whatever it is that you do, go into it with a positive attitude. Go into it with a mindset of, I can do this. I want to do this. This is something that, is good for my family, and try. I know it might be hard, but seriously, try to detach yourself from the mom guilt, because it doesn't matter. We as moms sometimes will feel that of like, oh, I do have an appointment with a client, and should I, maybe I'm going to miss that soccer practice that day, or maybe I can't pick my daughter up from dance, but my neighbor can, or my husband can, or somebody else can. And so being able to, positively go into it with like, you know what, actually, this is a really great thing, because my kids are going to see me working hard. My kids are going to know that I am not only a mom, but I'm a business owner, and I'm a really good one too. And so I know my kids ask me questions about my business all the time when I'm on the metaverse with my broker, and I'm talking about this. Sometimes my kids will come in the office and just be like, oh, mommy, are you working? It's like, yep, I am. It's like, do you want to sit on my lap? You see what I'm doing with this here? And it's like, yeah, I do. And so them just getting a snapshot of, not only am I a mom and I'm cooking pancakes and I'm driving you to all these different things and I'm playing with you in the backyard, but I'm also running a really successful business too. And I think there is a ton of value for that. So if you are if you're a mom and you're thinking about going into real estate, you're kind of on the fence and you're thinking, yeah, maybe I don't know, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I hear from moms like you all the time, and I absolutely love it. Take care and have a great one. Bye.